Hey everybody, this is James Rattlesnake Defense again. We're going to talk about the new Smith & Wesson Bodyguard. This is the 2.0, kind of like the M&Ps. Full disclaimer here, I have sold a metric crap ton of Bodyguards over the years. They went over very well, except for a couple serious complaints that almost everybody has, and that would be the slide's hard to manipulate, the controls are hard to manipulate, the trigger is god-awful on the standard Bodyguards, and theoretically Smith has heard our complaints and has fixed all of the things that we have to complain about with this new model. So I'm up here, we're going to try it out and see if this one is an improvement over the original. So stay tuned. All right, so first things first, we got the box here. Take this thing out of the wrapper. And there she is, Bodyguard 2.0. This feels completely different than the original Bodyguard. I can tell you that right now. Already it's a whole different feel. It feels like it's a completely different gun with hardly nothing in common. The slide's still pretty stiff. Now, this seems like it's going to be a little bit bigger than the original Bodyguard in that this might not slide into your pocket quite as easy. Also, they do give you two different size magazines from the factory. But this feels so much better to me. It doesn't feel... It's like the original Bodyguard was made just for last-ditch close-range scenario. This feels like you might actually be able to handle it and shoot it properly. And even if you had bigger hands, you could actually get a grip on this and fire it pretty well. They definitely fixed the trigger. The controls feel better. It's a lot more shield-like. It feels like just a miniature shield as opposed to a dedicated 380 platform. But enough of me rambling. The main thing we want to know is, how does it shoot? Let's do that. All right, so of course the Bodyguard's a 380. It wouldn't be my ideal caliber, but the most important gun is the one that you have on you. Also, loading these magazines is a chore. It reminds me a lot of the original Shield. It takes a lot to get the last round in these, which is bad for up here shooting when you first get it brand new. I haven't fired this before, so we're going to get the original take here on camera, but it's good if you just leave your magazine loaded forever and never take your shells out. So let's see what we got. It's a little snappy, not terrible. The trigger is, I don't have words to describe how much better the trigger is on this than the original. I'm gonna try with the smaller magazine. The controls are a lot easier to get to. I don't know, this is it's pretty good for what it is. I've done let it get hot that fast, but I mean, it's a wee little pistol. There's not much to this thing. I feel like I have a hold of it. The sights work really well. The trigger's on par with guns that cost more than this, actually. Oddly enough, other than the fact it's 380, personally, I have no specific complaints. Let's shoot some more and get it on paper. All right, so we got a target out here, 10 yards. Of course, my expectations of this gun aren't super high. This is made to be a defense pistol. It's made to go in your pocket. It's a 380. It's got some nice features, but nothing about it's ideal as far as accuracy compared to like a full-size 9mm or 45. It's not a great grip. Shooting to the left. Let's try again. So you're talking this big, 10 yards. It's way off to the left. Of course, I could adjust the sights for that, drift them. But there you go. See, as you can see, I don't have very big hands, like big palms and short fingers. So this thing might not be a great example of how this fits, but as you can see, it fits me fairly well, especially compared to a lot of pocket 380s. All right, so keep in mind, guys, I'm not a professional shooter, and this isn't a target pistol, but I feel like as far as shooting goes, this is a huge step forward in this category. So, I mean, you know, it's not a target pistol. This is made to be a defense pistol. It's made to go in your pocket. It is a little bigger. Something I will note is one of the selling features of the Bodyguard was the fact it did have a manual safety. This does not have a manual safety. It does have a trigger safety, like a lot of the new Smith & Wesson. So I don't know if that's a deciding factor for how you make your decisions, but there's that. All right. Remarkably, one of those is actually dead center. It's a little jumpy if you fire it fast. But one of those was actually on the torso target here. So this thing is very, very capable for what it is. You know, if you have one of the original Bodyguards, I would have to strongly suggest that you check one of these out. Let me get it here so you can see it real good. I didn't give you a good look at it earlier. But this is definitely an upgrade on the original Bodyguard design, which, you know, in my area anyway, was super popular. So if you have one of those guns, I strongly recommend that you give one of these a look and feel and see if you like the feel of it, because the trigger alone, to me, makes it worth the upgrade. But this has upgraded sights. Of course, they nixed the laser, and they did. You don't get the manual safety in lieu of a trigger safety, but I seriously think this is a far more capable weapon than the original Bodyguard. And if you have one of the original Bodyguards, do not let this one pass by you, especially if you really enjoy it. And maybe something LCP or anything like that too. So if you guys get a chance, check one of these out. It's very capable. It does what it's supposed to do. I'm actually super impressed with it, which is odd for a 380. It's not really my jam, but please check it out. Let me know what you think.